Are, what are you smoking?
It's incense.
You're fucking lying.
It's my CBD. I've just trained. So I've just got back in. I've just eaten my food.
Can you send me some CBD? Send me one of those CBD vapes.
A little CBD vape and my water.
How's the new house?
It's fucking massive, to be fair.
Is it?
Yeah, when I moved in, I was like, I don't remember it being this big.
You're all by yourself in this big ass house.
No, I have a tiny dog as well.
Oh, that's right.
Where is he? Yeah, but it's weird. It's like I've moved up from a beginner house to an actual house now, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it looks like it. There's like actually I can see like rooms and shit.
Yeah, there's plenty of space.
Did you buy a new dining set too? It looks like the chair's a little thicker.
No, this is the same one.
Same one? All right.
Because this is a nice table.
How was the move? Did it suck?
No, it was okay actually. Like this really like old man came over to pack the stuff, and I've got this like vision in my head that he's like this fucking legend of packing. Because he did such an insane job, and that's what his whole life is. He's like that weird old man, you know, like in Toy Story too.
Yeah.
When he hires the old man to come repaint Woody.
Okay.
He looked like that as well, and he came and packed my entire house in about 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah, and it was so easy. And then the following day, they came and collected it all.
Isn't that awesome? It's like so much better than fucking packing all the boxes yourself and everything. It's like,
yeah. I mean, the other thing is, like I said in the last episode, I got that big skip, big bin thing.
Yeah.
So I fucking just binned all my shit out of my house. So basically, when they came, they were like, "Is anything staying?" And I was like, "Nope, everything you can see." It was like in The Lion King. Everything the light touches is my kingdom. So take it. So
you make a lot of references to like cartoon movies and shit.
Yeah,
I think I got to get on board with that because I haven't really seen any.
You've not seen any of them?
Is that just because you have kids, or is it just you would watch them anyway?
How haven't you must have seen The Lion King. You've never seen The Lion King?
I haven't.
The fuck, man.
Answer the question though. Would you have watched the movie if you didn't have kids?
Yeah, because a lot of them from when I was a kid.
Really?
Well, I think The Lion King's from the 90s, so I would have been like 12, 10, 11.
Yeah,
12.
well, I was fucking 22.
I still would have watched it though.
Would you at 22?
Yeah. Yeah. I went to see Toy Story 4 on my own.
Really?
I was like, I've got a Cineworld card. I'll go to cinema. It's free. Let's fucking go. So
but is it one of those things where you're like, I want to keep up with the story, so like me and my kid have something to talk about, or is it just you just watch it?
I just watch it. They're good. They're really good. The Disney movies. They're some of my favorite movies. Disney movies. I love all of them. Are so good.
Is it have anything to do with smoking weed, or are you just interested and you like going?
No, they're just really good movies. It doesn't have to be because they're kids' films, but they're very much for adults as well.
Maybe it's because I've never given these kind of movies a try.
Yeah, if you watch The Lion King, you'll be like, this is fucking sick.
Really?
Because all the music's good, the song's good. They always get like really good voice actors in.
Yeah.
And animation's way more emotive than like.
What's the two princesses? The Frozen, the winter princesses or something. Do you know the name?
I've seen Frozen, but I did only
Frozen. That's it.
I did only watch Frozen because of my daughter.
Well, that's why I watched it because I was at my in-laws for family Christmas last year.
Yeah.
And my wife's two nieces wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
But I kind of got into it. So I'm like, maybe you're right. Maybe I need to like start watching like.
They are really good. Like WALL-E is amazing. A lot of the Disney Pixar's are some of my favorites. Like Up. The first 15 minutes of Up.
Yeah.
Is some of the most amazing cinema I've ever seen in terms of how emotional it is.
All right, I'm going to do some homework, but you have to do some homework too.
What do I have to watch like fucking some shit?
You have to watch. Okay, you have your choice. I'll learn about the shit that you like because I'm not really a cartoon watcher, but I'll do some research and watch some movies.
All right.
You have to either watch UFC,
right,
and learn about fighting.
Okay.
Or you have to learn about cars.
Probably UFC.
Yeah, because cars are it's complicated. You got to learn a lot of shit.
No, not that. I literally couldn't care less about cars.
Really?
I don't give.
What about trucks? What if I said you have to learn about
trucks? Are like, that looks cool. That's where my knowledge ends. Because I did like a Redcon one, like at the last house, we did like a piss take jokey, like a MTV Cribs thing.
Yeah.
And it was really over the top. It was stupid.
Yeah.
And then we did one of me talking about my truck, and I didn't know anything. I was like, it's got 4 wheels. It fucking drives. And because I don't know.
All right, so we'll take UFC then. You got to pick up some. You got to
pick it up. Well, because Ben's back on Thursday. So
how long is he down for Christmas?
He's from here for like 3 weeks. He's going to come stay here. So I've got to basically build him a bedroom tomorrow.
Well, there you go. There's a big UFC, I think, on the 15th. That could be your first one.
Okay.
And I'm sure he's probably going to want to watch it. So.
Oh, he's going to be a dick about it though, because this is what's going to happen is because we don't really like any of the same things apart from bodybuilding. But even in bodybuilding, we all like different bodybuilders.
How does that happen?
So like, as soon as I ask him, he's going to go, what? And because I'm taking something interested in his interest, he's going to fucking just go. And then it's just going to be like, he's going to get like some pop-up projector or come up PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, he's going to have a pointer. And he's going to
pointer, laser pointer, everything.
How does that happen? Well, it's weird because in real life, you usually hang out with people that are kind of like you.
Because we're very alike as people in certain ways. Almost everything we love is the opposite of each other, which is rich, but it's weird. It's weird.
I have friends like that too, but I always wonder, I'm like, how do we manage to hang out for like hours on end?
Even when it comes to like women, like none of his girlfriends like he's had or any of the girls he normally likes are normally my type, and same with any of the girls I like are never his type either. Really? It's really strange. Like, so that's something
his girl now seems like I don't want to say that. It's not really right to say, but his girl now seems like your type.
She's absolutely gorgeous. Of course she is.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you'd expect from Ben, but she's just very different from the women I normally attract or the ones I attracted or I'm attracted to.
Is she really different?
No, but it's just like he always has very, very certain things he likes. Like his fiance, she's very like she's got very like striking features.
Yeah.
And she's like very like beautiful in that way.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the girls I like, a lot of the girls I've been with are more softer facial features.
I see.
Like more girl next door, whether he likes like beauty, bang, right in the face.
So this is the confusing part though. So whether it's girls or bodybuilders or where the fuck is the common, like, I don't understand. I have friends like this too. So I'm just trying to think out loud.
Because I think I don't know. We both love training. But there's some things we do like doing. Like we both love food. Our sense of humor is pretty much the same. And a lot of and we do go, well, I don't know, we go and watch movies quite a lot together as well. Even though our taste in movies is totally different. Like he thinks all Marvel and superhero films suck.
He thinks what?
Like all the Marvel movies and he hates all that.
It sounds like me and Ben would get along. Maybe me and Ben should do a podcast. No, I'm just joking.
I don't know, mate. He's not as good as me.
No, he's probably not.
That's why it's Luke and Ben.
Yeah, that's right. They go together.
Remember that, Chow? Remember your place, Chow?
He's not watching this shit.
Of course he doesn't give a shit. He wouldn't watch this. I don't know why anyone does anyway. But he's back Thursday. I have a doorbell now.
Go check who's at your door.
I'm going to see those because I have no idea what it is.
Day in the life of Luke. Let's see what he's got here. There's like an Amazon package of dildos or something. Maybe it's his next door neighbor welcoming him to the neighborhood. I wonder if Luke's a good neighbor. Like, is he friendly to his neighbors? Does he wave hi? Does he not want to be bothered by them? I wonder. I assume Luke's a nice guy to all his neighbors. It's funny how in bodybuilding, I was just thinking that it's interesting how you can have friends that don't actually have a lot in common with you, but They, you guys find the same things interesting. I was just speculating with the fans if you're is that your neighbor or somebody dropping off a.
Maybe. Yeah, he just came to explain bin day to me.
Oh, like when they pick up your garbage and shit.
Yeah, what a nice guy. He just came around. He was like, I just thought I'd let you know. We've already met. I know you moved down. I just thought I'd come explain how the bins work.
That is pretty nice.
That's cool, right? So
that's what happened. I moved into, you know what? That's how you know you're in a nice neighborhood, because in shitty neighborhoods, they don't do that.
Yeah. Normally they knock on the door and they're like, give me your stuff.
Yeah. Well, no, because the same thing happened when I moved in here. I moved in, we have a house, there's like 6 or 7 houses on the court where we live. Every single one of the neighbors came over and welcomed us to the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's cool.
And now I feel like the asshole of the neighborhood, because like we're not.
You are in any neighborhood you would have been in. Fucking guy. Obnoxious, loud Canadian.
No, not obnoxious. Like, we're very quiet. We keep to ourselves.
Really?
We're not having like benders and shit here. No, seriously. I was actually speculating with
a loud car, haven't you?
A little bit.
That's all right. That's something I don't understand about cars. Because even Ben, so going back to myself and Ben, he loves motorbikes, and he'd always get like YouTube videos up of like motorbike engine sounds.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yeah, and he'd be coming in his pants basically.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why don't you? You don't like the sound of a good engine going by?
Fuck. He's like, listen to this one. Oh my, it's the fucking same. Like, no, let me play it again.
You're pretty.
It's the fucking same. It's all the same.
Okay, I don't get as like excited about motorbike engines, but like
it's an engine all the same.
A loud muscle car like that, like rumble.
I mean, but then again, if I was like, Phil, I'd listen to these snare drums.
I can appreciate that though.
I don't think you would. You wouldn't be like,
I can.
I think you'd just be like, it's a snare drum.
No, that's not true.
Really?
I can appreciate that. Yeah.
Just a snare drum on its own, one hit. Like,
you mean, could I tell the difference between different snares?
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, but this one's made of maple, and this one's made of this one's a bell. Okay. That was a little crazy, but if I said, hey, listen to this fucking V8 with this extra exhaust on, listen to the fucking rumble, and I played it. Yep.
I'm not saying, do you know what car it belongs to? I'm just
saying, no. But you'll be like, you just said V8. What?
What's the engine?
You said a V8. I don't know what that means.
It doesn't matter. If I just said, listen to this muscle car, and I hit play, and the engine was rumbling, you don't appreciate that?
I appreciate. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but I don't care enough to want to know anything more.
Yeah, but I'm kind of like that too. Ben's probably like more extreme than I am.
Ben's very much into his motorbikes a lot.
Yeah. I went through that phase like 10 years ago.
I'd say he's more into bikes than cars.
Yeah.
So, but with trucks, I just think trucks are cool. I actually think I can't decide who has the best truck. No offense, Justin Compton or Steve Kuklo.
Kuklo's truck is pretty badass.
It's so sick, isn't it?
That's actually the truck I'm looking at right now. That F250.
Huge.
He's
he's quite tall, and when he stood up, like the bonnet, hood, it's the same height as his eyebrows.
The bonnet. No, I don't know what Compton's driving. Now I want to go.
Quite a while ago, and it was like I was like,
no, Kuklo's got the best cars right now. As far as like, I don't want to say the best cars, but a very good collection. But his truck
is really cool, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? He's just like he can walk into anywhere, take his sunglasses off, and everyone will be like, oh, it's Steve Kuklo. He's just fucking cool, isn't he?
He's like the
like old school American grease cool.
When I think of Kuklo, I think of like Maverick from like Top Gun.
Yeah, like a real American paramedic or American hero.
Yeah, firefighter.
Yeah, he's just too, like when I'm around him, I'm like, I'm really not cool.
Yeah, he has that.
My comics.
He's a big fucking guy too. That's what the deceiving part is. Yeah, when you see him on stage, you see like he's tall and he's got wide shoulders and everything. But when you see him in person, for some reason, he's just fucking wider than everybody else. And the fact that he's like 6'1" doesn't hurt either. You know
the weird thing with Kuklo is it's like he's one of these bodybuilders. When I see him in a t-shirt, I'm like, yeah, he's pretty big. And he strips down, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but at the same time, when I see Kuklo, and this is not to knock him at all because he's an amazing bodybuilder. He's like 5th at the fucking Olympia, or 6th, whatever. But I still feel like he's got room to fill his physique out more.
Yeah, I think it's just because he's tall.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like he's 6'1", he's got really.
Yeah, he has been doing that over the last couple of years.
I know, but I just see because I see he's got such wide clavicles, and he's tall. And I'm like, that guy could still put on 5 or 10 pounds of muscle and it wouldn't hurt his shape.
No, it wouldn't.
You know what I mean? So anyway, we were talking about before we hit record, Meadows has Rough Diesel. He just posted a picture of Rough Diesel. And you got to go on.
I was painting it, but I can't remember what it says.
I'll try. You know what? I'm going to take a screenshot of it now so I can post it in this video. But I've never, like, he's got striations on top of striations. And you were asking how John gets him really dry. I believe it's John's strategy, John's diet. It's mostly, it's like higher fat, lower carb.
Yeah.
That's like the opposite of what aceto does. Or usually, I don't know what he does for you, but
he always just like, yeah, he's crazy, isn't it?
My allergies are acting up, so forgive me if I have to blow my nose every once in a while. Anyway,
you can't breathe, bro. You want to lay off the train, bro.
I'm fucking natural. I'm like natural right now. This sucks. But yeah, no, John has a really, really good system, man.
Yeah, I know. I don't doubt it. You know what? I don't think it's anything to do with the diet or his methods. I just think he gets everything. Well, let me speak.
Okay, I'll let you speak. Sorry.
I think it's. I think he just diets everyone down to the point where they have no body fat, and then doesn't try all this bullshit for the peak.
Oh no, that's for sure. I agree.
So that's what I mean. So like every prep coach, I think, does get everyone's body fat off, and so many people just go, and it's peak time. Let's do everything.
Yeah.
Whereas John has learned enough to know that he doesn't need to do that. Because every show I've ever done, I always feel like, I look probably a bit better a couple of days out. I don't need to do anywhere near that much shit anymore.
Yeah, you know the two shows I won with John, I didn't take any diuretics for either one.
Yeah,
and my carb load was my highest carb load day was like 400 grams.
Yeah.
So it's just you're right, but he did give me this tea.
Super tea.
It's not even close. It's like worse than that.
Oh really?
It's like Asian.
Shit,
just sprinkle a little bit of racism on this. It's just like this Chinese tea, and it fucking it's like this special herbal. It just emptied me right up.
Nice.
Which is absolutely disgusting. So sorry for everyone's listening.
I want to know what this fucking tea is now.
I don't even know the fucking name because it's written in Chinese.
Are you sure it's Chinese, or are you just being racist because all their writing looks the same?
It could be Korean. I don't fucking know.
Disgusting. And the fact that I just said all their writing looks the same is bad.
Yeah, you're just as bad as I am.
Bodybuilding and racism. That's what this podcast is.
Hey, listen, if you read Arabic writing from Lebanon or from, you couldn't tell. Wait, isn't it all the same writing?
I don't know. You're from there. What the fuck are you asking me?
No, I'm asking about the Asian writing.
I don't know. I'd assume not because they have different languages. There's no Asian language.
Well, no, I'm saying like let's say Chinese and like Japanese.
But there's Mandarin, and then there's the other one I can't remember, and then there's Japanese, which I don't think.
No, I know that. Okay, so there's different dialects, but wouldn't the writing be?
I don't know because if it's like.
Well, I guess it's like French Canadian and English Canadian.
But we use an alphabet. I think their system's different.
Well, they have an alphabet. It's just.
I don't know. I don't know if they do. I don't know if they do. I don't know where. I honestly have no idea.
I don't think we should talk about this anymore.
No, but it's interesting because I was actually thinking about this the other day. When I see a word, I don't even see letters. I just see the word.
Yeah.
I feel like it's really privileged to be able to read and write.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Okay.
I think too many people take that for granted.
Yeah.
But when I see like Russian or Arabic,
or
Chinese, I don't have a fucking clue. So that's what it must be like to not be able to read or write. You just don't know what the fuck you're looking at.
Yeah, of course.
Weird. I can't even imagine what that would be like for like all the time.
The worst actual racism I felt was when I went overseas for SciTech for the first time. I had never traveled to like Europe, right? And I think we were in Paris the first time, and I just expected that everybody would know English. Everywhere I went, I just went to restaurants and shit, and I was like, I want this and this, and they're like, what the fuck are you talking? It was so difficult being in another country.
Yeah.
And going, oh my God, they don't know what the fuck I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're also because you're Canadian, and a lot of Canada speak French. Shame on you, mate.
No, not a lot of Canada speaks French. It's a myth.
Well, more of Canada speaks French than America speaks French, I'd imagine.
Yeah, but like a lot of Americans speak Spanish, for example, right? But it's not. I don't assume that.
But isn't that like in Canada you have like actual French cities where everyone's French?
Yeah, there's a.
Disgusting.
So sorry.
Bless you, Fouad. Bless you.
There's a province called Quebec, and it's all French speaking.
Yeah, that's what
And in Ontario, since we're connected, a lot of people in Ontario speak French too. But it's not. That's it. It's just the two provinces really, and then everywhere else.
You say that there's probably millions of people that speak.
I probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Most likely,
you're not even really Canadian.
I'm actually Lebanese. I just fucking
pretend Canadian.
I'm in a weird in between place. I don't know anything about Lebanon, but I also don't know. But I also don't know anything about Canada. So I'm just like,
you just know nothing really.
But I can claim both statuses.
You're just like Donald Trump's worst nightmare, I think. That's why I didn't let you in.
I got a few messages about that afterwards, and they were saying people were apologizing for the United States not letting me in, and I was like, well, it's not. I don't think it's anybody's fault. They just don't want me to make money there. So
why? I don't think anyone from England would message and be like, "I'm so sorry on behalf of England." Well, I think American people seem very patriotic. More so than
I thought it was a nice message to receive. They're like,
I know it's very nice, but I mean in a way that that's what I mean. I mean everyone in America seems very proud to be American.
Well, I don't think
everyone has like the US flag in their driveway, and it's very much like America, fuck yeah.
They're a very patriotic country. How do people in UK feel about Americans?
I think we're quite indifferent, really. We're like, you make good TV. Thanks for burgers.
Is that their contribution to the world?
Good films. Cheers. Actually, we make better television. You make better films.
I don't really.
Not you, but Americans. Yeah, we make.
Canada doesn't do shit.
It kind of just milks whatever we make.
We don't do anything. We're just like, the US is doing that. We like it. We'll take it.
Yeah. And you're just really polite about it.
Yeah.
But I wonder why, because the UK doesn't seem at all patriotic in the same way that the United States is.
Neither is Canada. Like I think we're proud to be Canadians, but we're not like shouting about it. And
I like the fact that I'm English. I like.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why America.
But I think if I had an English flag outside my house, it would be bad in a way. I think. It is bad. I don't know. It would offend a lot of people, which is bad. I think. I
don't think it would offend anybody here, but it definitely isn't like a normal thing you see all the time in Canada. But I wonder if it's from the movies.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? They growing up with like cartoons like G.I. Joe and like the fucking movies are all very patriotic.
The Canadian flag is one of the coolest flags, though.
The American flag?
No, the Canadian flag.
The fucking maple leaf?
I like it. It's a cool flag. Because it's one of the only flags it's like the Welsh flag. It has a picture on it. It's nice.
I think the American flag is cooler.
That's because you're a wannabe American that doesn't know anything about Canadians.
I just don't. I don't think a maple leaf is that cool. I just don't.
Well, the flag in the UK is just white with a red cross on it.
Is it
slightly off to the left?
Is that what flag is that? What country is that?
That's England.
England, right? Yeah. But the British flag is the one with the red, white. Yeah, that's a cool flag.
It's cool. It's supposed to be a cross between the pretty much the English and the Scottish flag.
Yeah,
and then kind of
the Lebanese flag. That's a good flag.
Is it? I haven't seen it.
It's got a cedar tree on it.
Nice.
It's weird because Muslim people don't celebrate Christmas, but we have a Christmas tree on our flag.
That is weird. I've seen this as well the other day. I feel like Christmas is not religious at all anymore.
No, zero religion in Christmas.
And I think it only seems to be schools and churches that are still doing that. It's all about the nativity and Jesus' birthday.
Yeah.
No one cares.
No.
Where's Father Christmas? Where is Santa Claus? Where is Père Noel?
Can I tell you what's really strange? I grew up Muslim, and hence the Muslim hat. And well, by the way, I get DMs about my Muslim hat every fucking time. I wear my hat backwards now. So thank you for that. No, but so we grew up Muslim. We didn't celebrate Christmas. So it's like, all through school, like Christmas time would come and everybody was like Christmas. And I'm like, okay.
Would you be like, this sucks?
Part of me was like, this sucks, but I didn't want to be the Grinch guy. So I would just be like, hey, Christmas. Right. But I wouldn't I don't know what the fuck it feels like because we didn't do anything for it.
Yeah.
But now that we're older, so my siblings all have their own families, right? And they all married like Canadians. So so
French people.
so they have Christmas at their houses, but it has nothing to do with religion.
Yeah. Well, I was raised Catholic, and we didn't really link it with Jesus, but we did at school.
But in your house, did you guys
no,
do like?
Fuck no. Like, no.
Yeah.
It's very. I mean, I to me, because I know maybe there's a lot of Christian people watching this. They're going to be quite offended or upset.
Why would they be offended?
No, because everyone gets fucking offended these days.
Yeah, but we're not saying anything bad. We're just saying.
No, I know, but that's what I mean. You don't even say anything bad. You just say something that somebody else doesn't agree with.
I guess. Yeah.
But I think it's a good thing that Christmas isn't only for Christians anymore. That might be the basis of it, but I think the fact that anyone in the world can join in nowadays and have just a nice period of the year where everyone can get along and have a nice time.
Yeah.
And I think it's
it's funny. I think it's a testament to
and
my
everyone's nice and pretty with like Christmas lights everywhere,
Yeah.
people into the spirit of things, and it has a certain feel to it. And it's also a really good excuse for families to get together. So I don't think a lot of them do that enough.
It's a testament to my mother, actually, because she's actually very religious.
Yeah.
And she's cool. She knows like my sister and my 3 brothers all have Christmas with their families, and she's cool with it because they all explain to her, look, we're not praying to Jesus. We're just doing it because the kids have, they're in school, their friends have Christmas. We're trying to like make sure they have the same kind of feeling.
But that's the way it is nowadays. It's very much moving away from Jesus, and frankincense and myrrh and all that.
I wonder if that offends actual Christians though, that are like, you shouldn't be celebrating my holiday, or are they happy that everybody's celebrating?
I literally couldn't care less.
No, I'm not. I celebrate with my wife because my wife is Catholic. So it's Catholic religion too, right? It's a Catholic holiday too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we celebrate Christmas. We have a tree in our house. But,
Christians are one of those religions that don't really care about offending. Because
they're past all that now?
No, because they're not going to blow anything up for a start.
Why?
And they're going to forgive me.
You're sprinkling a little racism around. We're so fucked. If anybody actually listened to this
I know, but I'm trying to like pepper a little bit of offensiveness out there because I want somebody to get offended. It's not.
I'm the one who has to answer the comments. You fuck.
Yeah, I'll start chiming in and be like, if someone's like, "You're so racist," I'm like, "Fuck you." Just come in and just be, obnoxious like everyone.
What are you doing for Christmas? Your kids coming over? Your parents? What do you do? You're not close with your family, are you?
No. I think I'm going to be going to I'm going away, taking my kids and my son's mother away for 3 days at Center Parks, which is like a really big. It's like they close off a huge section of forest.
Yeah.
And they make it.
Oh, and they light it all up.
The cabins in there, and they put a big central hub, which is like a huge glass dome of like a tropical swimming center inside.
Oh, that's awesome.
And lots of restaurants. So we're basically spending 3 days there, going like hiking and doing tree stuff and archery, and then every night we'll go and have go to a restaurant in the forest. It's very.
Can I ask you? I have to ask you a personal question because I don't think I could do what you do. If I had a son with a woman, and then we hung out like for 3 days away somewhere, I don't know how I would not want to be together again.
Because it's not like that.
Not at all.
No. We decided not to be together because us as a couple didn't work out, but we're fucking good parents.
Okay.
And we're also pretty much she's probably my closest friend, I'd say.
Yeah.
And we trust each other implicitly. We're good friends, and also the kids love it. They have my son gets to spend a couple of days a week with his parents.
Yeah.
Together, he knows we're not together, but he gets to get all those memories of us all going out as a family regularly.
Yeah.
And he also sees the respect his mum gives me and the respect I give his mum.
Yeah.
Because it's very much a lot of the time if he like answers his mum back like, "Hey, you don't speak to your mum like that."
Yeah.
It's
I saw you launch your kid like 15 feet in the air. What the fuck? That's a memory he's not going to forget.
He loved it. So that was the first. So it was one of those indoor trampolining.
Yeah.
And this is the very first time he's been tall enough to go in the foam pit.
Oh, okay.
But that was the second time I did it. The first time I did it, he was just stood there. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm tall enough." I was like, "Yeah, you fucking are." And I just grabbed him and just completely wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
And I had to rescue him from the foam pit. And then the second time, he told me to throw him higher.
Dude, I did not expect him to go that far.
I know, neither did I.
I was like, I'm watching the video. I watched it like 4 times. I'm like, how the fuck did he throw him that far?
Yeah.
Yeah, good for him.
He loved it. I'm surprised. I got a couple of like child abuse kind of comments, very mild, like people like that's who obviously don't know who I am. They just think it's a video that's someone else is like saying that, you know, you shouldn't do that to a child. That's so cruel. I'm like, you fucking joking.
People said that to you?
What 8-year-old doesn't want to be thrown 50 feet into the air?
Wait a second. People actually left that message on the phone.
Delete and block those people.
What the fuck?
Yeah, just people just be like, I don't know whether they're just being sarcastic, but either way,
no, they're not. No, they're not.
I don't think they are. This is what's wrong with the world today. It's like sometimes people post these videos. You'll see like these videos on Facebook with like, 5,000 comments.
Yeah.
The video will be somebody playing fetch with a puppy.
I know.
In their house, like I do with my dog. And so many of the comments are like, it's animal abuse. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, I want to take a second. This shirt, I just wanted to say this shirt here, right. DCT Beckley, or FCI Beckley DCT. This is a SWAT team. These guys sent me the shirt because on our last episode or episode before that, we were talking about what I would do if I wasn't bodybuilding, and I said I wanted to be part of a SWAT team. Yeah, I want to be part of on the police force.
That's sick.
So this guy heard that. And this guy sent me a picture of their team. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Let me see. That's fucking sick.
Right? They're a bunch of badasses.
Yeah.
And so his name is Clint Duncan. So he sent me a couple shirts as an honorary. So I'm an honorary SWAT team member now.
That's pretty cool. What size is that? Is that extra medium?
It's a small, actually. He said, you're natural now. I'm going to send you a small. Anyway.
What did I say I wanted to be on that episode? Because I haven't sent anything for free.
Nobody sent you anything, no?
Did I say I wanted to be a drummer? Where the fuck are the free drums? Fuck's sake. You get a t-shirt.
Anyway, listen. So I put this thing up yesterday. We have like 300 questions, but I want to ask you a question before we get into it.
I feel bad for everyone who leaves the questions.
And can you stop making fun? You can listen, I know I'm fucked up and I have torn hamstrings. Can you stop reminding everybody?
No. All right, well, I could have said the one somebody else asked, like, who would win out of you and me in an arm wrestle?
What were you going to say?
Well, I'd leave that one alone.
I don't arm wrestle. When I was like 25, so me and all my meathead friends were sitting around, just fucking eating and trying to get huge and whatever. And a couple of my buddies were like, let's arm wrestle. So they arm wrestle, and a friend of mine actually broke his bicep bone, whatever that bone is, his upper arm. He broke the bone in half arm wrestling.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's what Ian Valier did. That's what that big scar on the back of his arm is. I had a client who did the same, with spiral fracture.
Yeah, ever since I saw that, I fucking never arm wrestled again. I was like, that's it. So yeah, you would win.
Yeah.
Listen,
I had an arm wrestle in a bar once, and I think I tore his bicep by accident. Like, that's why I don't do it.
Yeah, you're gonna fuck somebody else up.
Yeah, it's not like you mean like one of you's going to get hurt.
Yeah,
you're a professional. Yeah,
no, I agree. There's too much force, man. There's a lot of power.
It's really fucking awkward.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
But I would beat you if that's the answer to that question.
Maybe 10 years ago, maybe now, but not 10 years ago.
You've never been as strong as me ever in your life, not once for 1 second ever.
Maybe bench press.
No.
Yeah, what did you do? You did 4 1/4 for 6.
4 1/2 for 7.
Yeah, 4 1/2 is 4 1/4. Same thing.
On the incline.
Yeah, I did 4 for pause reps for 4.
Yeah,
I paused at the bottom.
Yeah, I can do that.
I want to see you do it.
It's not difficult. We'll just go and have a look at some of my...
Not pause like rested on my chest. Like pause like an inch off my chest.
Yeah, but I can't even bring the bar down to my chest.
Huh?
It won't go that far.
What does your strength have anything to do with this?
It's an arm wrestle, you knob. What do you mean?
Well, some of the best arm wrestlers on earth are like half our size.
Yes, but their arm strength is insane.
No, their technique is insane.
My technique's also sick.
Right,
next question. So there is a lot of questions.
Wait a minute. Before we get to the questions, I have my own question for you.
Okay, go on then.
Because you've coached a lot of people, so I'm curious what you think.
Right.
So I've decided that my only focus in bodybuilding in the next 6 months is to shrink my waist.
Okay.
I've decided, because I think I'm insulin resistant. Judging by my blood work, I'm insulin resistant.
Okay.
So I've decided to cut carbs. Not all carbs. I'm not doing keto. I'm still going to have like a couple pieces of fruit a day or something like that or whatever, but very low carb. It'll be like 50 grams.
Yeah.
Maybe less around, at least less than 100 for sure.
Yeah.
So I think that will result in my stomach coming down. The question is,
you feel like you have a ton of visceral fat?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what my stomach is. I don't know if it's bloating because I'm my carb intolerance, or if it's I built a lot of muscle just from the way I lift for so many years, or I don't know I don't know why it's thick right now. So I'm going to test this out and see if it's carb intolerance. Yeah. But the question I have for you is, do you think it's possible to maintain the amount of muscle we have and still be strong without any carbs or very low carbs?
I would say so, yeah.
I was gonna do one refeed a week.
Yeah, I would say so, yeah. And I also think if you're going to use any carbs, I think you can take them higher than you are if you need to.
I'm literally carb intolerant. Like I can't. My body doesn't.
I don't know how you don't know that for a fact, do you?
I actually kind of do.
Really?
We can discuss it after the
Because
show.
I feel like even if you're, I mean, yeah, you could go this way for a while, maybe like a month, and after you started reintroducing carbs, just like peri-workout.
Yeah, once your body gets, once you re-increase, like once your insulin sensitivity is back up,
and your beta cells are fucked, and you literally have no insulin receptors left in your entire body that work. You'll be fine. I'm
going to tell you something that happened, and people can listen to this. Can err on the side of caution for themselves. So about 2 years ago, a friend of mine sold me some GH.
Right.
This is fucking the best shit. Blah blah blah. This is how much it costs. I'm like, okay, I'll try one, see how it is. Tried it out. It felt awesome. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. I feel great. There was a smell to it though. You know when you do? I don't know how often you've ever did insulin, but when I've done insulin in the past, it has a smell. Like you kind of have the smell that comes with it, or I don't know if it's a taste in your throat, but there's something you get when you do insulin, or I do anyways. So I got that same thing, and I'm like, that's fucking weird. I'm like, why am I getting that? Long story short, I buy more. I'm doing it more. I'm getting like really hypoglycemic from it. I'm like, this is feeling like insulin, and it tastes like it has the same taste.
Was it insulin?
I asked I'm like, dude, this is fucking, but the thing is, my progress was amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, what the fuck, right? For some reason, I was watching like, I think Dave Palumbo had a show on insulin, and they were showing different pictures of different types of insulin. I'd never taken a long acting insulin. I've never taken like a Lantus or any of those kind of things.
Yeah.
So he shows the pen. It's a Lantus pen. And it looks just like the fucking shit I'm taking, except the label's different.
Right.
And I'm like, what the fuck? So I go to my fridge, I grab one, I look, and I'm like, this is identical. And I start looking at the label, and the label's been taped. Like it looks like it's been re-put on.
Yeah. So
I get an X-Acto knife, and I cut it off. And I look, and you could see where they cut off the original label. There's like an X-Acto knife mark in the plastic. So I was taking, how much I was taking? This went on for like 2 months.
Yeah.
I was taking 80 units a day.
I know people that have done it for that long amount of time or more.
Lantus.
Yes, both. Lantus.
Yeah. I talked to a couple diabetics, and they're like, dude, you're lucky you're alive. Like you were going hypo and you weren't doing anything about it. Cause like I would go hypo.
That's bad. If you were eating the food to handle that would have been okay.
Yeah. No, I would work out, and then I would do my cardio after my workout, and I would be like, you know, that hypo feeling where you're fucked.
Yeah.
Just, I would drive home with a coffee, just trying to like make sure I got home. And when I found out it was Lantus, I was like, that's it. I stopped taking all of it, but my body has never been the same since.
Okay.
So that's why I wonder why my carbon.
Was it something to do with the HbA1c?
My A1C is borderline diabetic right now.
Mine's always been very good, because that was a question that someone's asked us actually.
Oh, is it? Yeah, my A1C.
Yeah.
My A1C right now, my doctor on my last blood work was 6, and 6 is the high end of normal.
Yes.
So he's like, dude, if you go to 6.1, 6.5, 6.8, he's like, that's diabetic.
Yeah.
So he's like, you're obviously insulin resistant, probably from years of GH use.
Yeah.
So he's like, you gotta do something about it. So this is what I was doing. But my question is, you think I could still maintain the size without it?
Yeah.
That's a question to you.
Well, can you maintain the size? Yeah. But I think all it's going to be is a question of you're going to have to rebuild insulin sensitivity for a few weeks or a couple of months, however long it takes. Maybe start like checking your blood glucose more often. I'll tell you who would be a really good person to talk to about this. Maybe get him on is Justin Harris.
Yeah, that's true. He's really into that, eh?
Justin's very good at all this stuff because I know his daughter's very diabetic. I don't know if you can be very diabetic. she's diabetic, but extra diabetic. You know, like proper diabetic.
She's very diabetic. Okay,
even
then.
the word sugar fucks her up.
Yeah. Okay.
But she's Justin's always been very good at it.
Yeah.
Because I turned pro under Justin, which is just going on like in terms of my own insulin use. I've never been an big insulin user.
Neither have I either. I honestly haven't either. But like I had a one-off season where a coach was like, I had a coach once who one off season had me use it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to lie. I did it for one off season and I fucking hated it.
Well, I just never really noticed much from it.
I didn't either. I got fat.
If I did it, it's like the most tiny amount
Yeah.
to go with like a pre-workout meal, or if I'm flat, I'll use it to top up a little bit. It's just to give my body a bit of a fucking hand when I'm eating a big carb meal every now and then.
Yeah. Well, after that happened, I researched Lantus and I found out it can actually be very beneficial when taken in the proper doses.
Yes, I've heard that.
You know, so some guys take like 10 or 20 I use for the day and it lasts the all day kind of thing. But I guess in the doses I was taking, it's fucking. So anyway, so I don't know if it's from that, but this is what I'm doing about it. Anyway, on to the questions. We try to get through some of these. Okay. You want to start or you want me to start?
Wait, I just had I've lost the page now. Hang on.
All right.
Wait, right. You can go. You go.
If you had to start over from, Drew Got the Goose says, if you had to start all over from scratch and could only stay natural, would you still be a bodybuilder?
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, it depends.
Is everybody else natural?
Yeah, well, I think the question is, will we still train and do what we do? I mean, it obviously wouldn't be our job if we were natural, you know.
Yeah, I would definitely still train and still try and fucking put on muscle and all that, of course.
Yeah, I think I would as well.
Chase Iron says, favorite blood pressure medication. I don't have a favorite. It's not like a choice. My doctor was just like, take azilsartan. It's AZILSARTAN. Azilsartan is the one I take. He said it's the best for blood pressure and help with kidney health and all that.
Again, Justin always told me to use lisinopril, which I know we discussed before. You said it's not as good an option.
No, I didn't say it's not as good. My doctor just said.
Yeah, your doctor said.
Yeah. So I just did what he told me.
Yeah. Here's one, just a quick one because I keep getting asked about this. A bit off topic, but can Luke discuss what happened to Banji and the Size Game podcast? Nothing happened to it. Banji fell in love. Banji and found a woman and was like, "Fuck you guys, I've got a woman." So
and just didn't want to do it anymore.
We are planning on doing a Christmas special. So Christmas.
What's your?
And we're going to do it like how we do it with the video. So we're actually going to put it on YouTube this time.
Oh, you guys never did that before?
No, we just recorded it over like on Skype, which was stupid, really, because we always used to talk over each other because we couldn't see each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, dumb. And the audio quality was shocking because I don't think Badger knew what the fuck he was doing. And I probably had the mic the wrong way around the whole time.
Yeah. All right. I got one here. Karen Singh PL says, would you rather be able to prep for a show on 4,000 calories but not be able to use your phone, or prep for a show on 2,500 calories but be allowed to use your phone?
2,500 calories and use my phone because that's higher calories and that's pretty good food.
2,500 calories is higher calories than what?
Than what I've been on before. And I get to keep my phone. Yeah, please. The thing is with my phone is like I read a lot of comics on my phone, and I like to just when I'm having a nap, I'll just sit down and start reading a book.
Yeah. Do you feel like ever since our thing with on RX Muscle, people are just trying to instigate more shit?
100%. Of course.
It's like all day long I get messages like from Lee Priest. And
every time I post a video now, they're like, "You're not training hard, bro."
I know. I get that too.
It's funny. But
Marcus,
I think you and I would smash sleepers in the gym.
I don't know. I never. You only look.
I'm gonna just put it out there right now. Bring it on, mate.
Well, I mean, weight wise, I don't think many people can train with you.
All jokes aside, I don't think Lee trained any harder than us. Is what I'm saying.
No.
I think we all like James and I trained like quads today, and it sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked so bad. Like both of us afterwards were like, "What the fuck? What the fuck was that?"
Yeah. No. I've never. You're right. I've never trained as heavy as you. But I thought my intensity is always through the roof. I don't think anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like weight doesn't matter. My intensity is always just like high. You know, weight doesn't matter at all.
Yeah. Marcus Farrell 92 says, Luke and Fouad, your favorite look you've had on stage, and when you think the other guy looked at his best. So when do you think you look the best, and when do you think I look the best?
I think my best that I like my look the most so far was the Arnold this year.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious.
And yours is it Orlando or Tampa?
Orlando, I won. Tampa, I took third. I didn't look good there.
Which show did you won? It was Orlando 2013. You won it.
Orlando 15. Orlando 15 and Vancouver 15.
Yeah, I think it was the Orlando show you won. Well, that show you came second to Branch. You look sick as well.
I was so small though.
I know you looked really good.
I was shredded at that show. Yeah. If I had to pick one, Orlando 15 or Flex Pro 2011.
Oh, actually, yeah, that was a good look for you because you were huge as well.
That was probably my best overall look, only because I still hadn't my waist was still a little smaller. And Luke, yours are for the Arnolds for sure last year.
Oh yeah, but isn't it funny? Like, it's so difficult to get that look.
Dude,
like people just like these fucking idiots. They're just like, just come in like this. Are you fucking joking? Every time you and I have competed, we all pretty much everyone has. They don't always look exactly the same.
Yeah.
No one does.
Well, Dexter does almost.
Yeah, but he has had times where he's been outstanding, and has been out times when he's a little bit off for him.
Yeah, I agree.
But
you know what's funny? Can I ask you? Maybe you have this feeling. Maybe you had it to Arnold. I've been 100% on, in my opinion, 2 or maybe 3 times in my career.
Yeah.
Once was at Canadian Nationals in 2004, and once was at the 2011 Flex Pro, and possibly the 15 Orlando. But it's a feeling. You ever get that feeling when you're pumping up, where you just know, like you kind of start pumping up, and you get like.
I still haven't been 100% yet, so I don't know.
There's a feeling I get when everything is ticking like when you carb up and your body starts to release the glycogen starts to come out. When you're carbing up, I can feel it. I'm like, okay, everything is, because your skin starts to get tighter.
Yeah.
And the muscle starts to swell, and you're like, okay, the carbs are working. I'm filling out. The skin's getting tighter. I've only had that feeling 2 or 3 times. In like,
I did have that at the Arnold, which is pretty why I had a lot more confidence on stage as well.
Yeah, and you can see it. You can see it in someone's posing. I
honestly think like peaking or like getting ready for shows has a lot of it's mental. I think it is, because I felt mentally so good for that whole Arnold prep, and even for Tampa, I felt really good. Yeah. For every other show I did this year, I felt shit going into it mentally as well.
But I felt like in 2004, Chad trained me, and Chad is notorious for like sucking you all the way down, like to like nothing. So I felt horrible. But when he loaded me,
no, I don't mean the suffering from the diet. I mean like the stress in my life, the travel.
Oh, mentally, yeah.
Like my mentality was like so whenever I've looked the best, my mentality's been the best.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that. That's actually true.
Yeah,
because
that's a big reason why I moved house, because I wanted to be closer to the gym, so it's easier, so I don't have to stress as much about things.
Yeah. No, you're right, because that's probably the reason why I've been so off and on in my shows. Because
I was about to say, because you've always said at the bigger shows you mentally like shit.
I get this anxiety. Yeah, I get this anxiety about it, and it fucks with me.
I wish people would understand that it's not just a question of just get grainy. What the fuck?
You know, it's
so difficult to get your physique perfect every time.
I just want to.
Every single bodybuilder tries to do that.
Yeah, I just want to say the biggest hurdle for me was always, you know, the feeling like when you're getting ready for a show. You probably know this feeling because the Olympia, for example, when you're getting ready for a show, and let's say everybody's like putting all this hype on you, and you know in your head you're like, okay, if I place well at this show, it's gonna bump me to the next category. It's going to bump my paycheck up. It's going to bump my stock up, my guest posings, everything. So I got to do it. That pressure always fucked me up.
That pressure didn't bother me for the Olympia at all. I was like, fine, I don't give a shit. It's always my own internal, like, I need to look this way. I want to look this way.
Yeah, but it's because of the size of the show.
Don't
you think that has anything to do with it?
No, not at all. No, not at all. I just remember when I got back from Tampa, like nothing felt right.
For me, it's the size of the show, because I could do the Tampa Bay Pro, and of course I want to be my best, but I know there's not as many eyeballs.
No, I know, because when I went into the Arnold, I was super relaxed. I was like, because I knew if I was good, if I brought the look I wanted, I could be top 5, top 6.
Yeah. Well, we're not all the same, man. Some of us struggle more with like the pressure of it.
Yeah, but my mentality is never really caused by the pressure of the show. It's everything else in my life that gets to me.
Yeah.
The show doesn't matter. It's what's going on around me, like my personal life. Like, I've had a really shit year personally, and my personal life is dog shit this year. And it's partly a huge reason why some of the shows this year I didn't look as good.
But it was your best year.
Yeah, no, it was. But I managed to get through all that shit. So I'm hoping now, I've moved away. I'm in this new house. I'm in a new environment. I'm hoping I don't have to deal with any of that shit this year.
See, it's funny. No, it's funny. We're exactly the opposite, because for me, I've set my life up so I have no stress.
That's exactly what I've done now.
I have a wife that, like, I've been with her for 13 years. She's never complained about me doing shows or anything, or like, she's always been supportive. And I've always had like my bills paid, everything's paid. I make decent money. It's the show that fucks me up.
No, it's never the show for me.
Yeah.
I have picked my next show, actually, and I've done this because I know it's going to be a huge amount of pressure.
What show did you pick?
The UK show, May 3rd. That's an exclusive, I think. Have that.
I thought Indianapolis was doing it.
No, there's a show 40 minutes from my house, May 3rd of May. I'm doing that. Yeah.
No traveling, no bullshit. Just
no traveling. I can wake up in my own bed.
Wake up in your own bed and roll over.
In my own truck to the fucking place. I can go to the gym in the morning, do my pictures in the same place that I do them every day.
Yep.
So I know I can be 100% for that, and I need to be 100% for that.
So does that mean I got to fly to the UK to beat you?
No, because I want to do New York as well. I want to do a couple of shows in that.
I thought about doing it. You know what? I
want to do a couple of shows in that period because I want to prove I can peak a couple of times in a row for myself. So I think I can win. I know I can win one of those shows. I know I can.
Yeah.
I know you can as well.
Well, maybe.
No, I'm talking about if we're both 100%.
If I get healthy, yeah. If I can get healthy and I compete, I always wanted to do New York. I've never done it.
No, I haven't.
So if this might be my last year competing if I compete. So I'd like to do New York this year for sure.
I want to get on stage with you. Not because I want the competitive.
I know.
I want to do it because it'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, I know it'd be fun. It's funny. I got a question about, you say you're talking about doing repetitive shows.
Yeah.
I got a question from somebody in my last Q&A about Cedric. He said, "How do you feel about Cedric doing all the shows?" Implying like he shouldn't be doing all the shows because he's already qualified.
Yeah.
And I was like, why?
He answered that question on your episode.
No, I know, but I wanted to get your take on it.
I agree with Cedric. He wants to get it right. He wants to learn. He wants to gain information.
But I also thought it's a business. He's fucking still taking a check home.
Yeah, of course. There's that as well. Yeah, of course.
Like he's getting his 10 or 12 grand or whatever. That most likely, most of us have a sponsor that has a win match bonus.
Yeah.
So if he goes and he wins 12 grand and he gets a bonus for 12 grand, he's walking home with $24,000.
Yeah.
Kind of without trying that hard. It's like,
yeah.
I don't want to say not trying hard, but I mean like.
No, I know exactly what you mean.
Like he knows he's going to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree.
So I don't think people look at the business side of it. I'm like, if he knocks out 3 shows and he gets a match bonus on every show.
Even without the match bonus, it's still like.
No, but that's 60 grand. And even you're right. Even without it, it's still $30,000. Like.
It's true.
Why not collect the checks?
I think the money is a bit of a pressure now that I never had before. Like I know
that's what got me. That's part of what got me.
When I did the Arnold, even when I was on stage and they were like, the check for $50,000 and they called my name, I was like, shit, I get money.
Yeah.
I forgot. I didn't think about it.
Yeah. That happened to me, obviously on a smaller scale. But when I won Orlando, first I was like overjoyed that I finally won a show.
Yeah.
But then they're like, here's your $10,000 check, and I was like, oh fuck, I totally forgot. There's also money involved. No, but that was, see, the money of the contest never gave me pressure. It was because my contracts are usually 1 year, maybe 2 max.
Yeah.
So the shows always got to me financially because I was like, not what am I going to win at the show, but what can I ask for in my next contract if I place well? That was what was more of the pressure for me.
Yeah. See, I kind of use that pressure as more of an initiative and an incentive to do better.
Yeah. Yeah. And that works for me in the gym. But for some reason, as I get closer, it started to fucking creep up on me.
Yeah.
So
it's I think the mind is something that a lot of people don't pay enough attention to. Is in terms of the fans of the sport, they don't understand that it's a lot mentally to do.
Yeah.
We all have certain pressures, and we're all human at the end of the day, and we all deal with things slightly differently to each other.
Yeah,
like, I deal with some things fucking horrendously.
Yeah.
And then other things that you probably deal with badly, like the pressure, I'm fine. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah. What's something you deal with badly?
Women. No.
Are you back on Tinder right now?
No, fucking not. No, fuck that.
What are you doing? You're just still celibate? You're not trying?
I'm in my giant bachelor pad now.
So you're just waiting for the harem of women to come?
I'm just waiting for the women to turn up. It's been fucking like a week. No one's turned up. I don't understand.
You thought you were going to move in and they're just going to come walking into your door?
Yeah, you know that whole classic build them and they will come. Come here and you will come. That's that's my thing. But no, no, I'm just I think just in my personal life, I let that stuff get to me too much. It's hard to explain. Like it diverts my focus. Is the best.
You seem like the totally opposite kind of person. You don't seem like the kind of guy that would let a girl interrupt your progress in any way.
I do, but for the bad things, if everything's fine, I'll be more selfish and be more locked in. As soon as we start arguing, I'm like, what? Let's have this. Let's go.
Really?
We'll talk about this later. I'll talk about this right now, and I won't drop it.
Really?
I'm really stubborn. Yeah.
You're the opposite. I totally pictured you being the opposite person.
And it's and I don't like being like that.
Yeah, but you don't give a fuck about anything. You're very calm.
I am usually, but then in prep where everything emotionally is so heightened.
It's all heightened up.
In the off season, I'm like, I don't care, fuck off. Yeah. But in prep, everything emotionally is so heightened.
Yeah.
The things that don't normally bother me will bother me a lot.
Yeah.
So that's why I've just set myself up in a situation where I'm in a new environment, in a nice house. I'm
the nice thing about
8 minutes away from the gym.
The nice thing about your place is if a girl comes to stay over and you're annoyed by her, you can just go sleep in a different room.
Exactly. I've got 2 spare bedrooms. Exactly.
Nick Unrick says, thoughts on the importance of cardio solely for fat loss? I don't think it's important.
I don't agree, because I think when you're bigger, I think cardio is more important.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me rephrase. I think if you're talking about fat loss, food is 80% of the equation.
Depending on the person.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't think any amount of cardio will change my body if my diet's not right.
No, I know your diet has to be right all the time. So I'm just speaking. So I'm just speaking from my own perspective, from a pre-contest point of view.
Yeah.
If I ate 500 calories less versus doing enough cardio to burn 500 calories, I would look better from the excess.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. But what I'm saying is you still have to be... You
can't eat a cheesecake and be like, oops, I'm going to do 6
that's what I'm saying. You still have to result in a deficit, whether the deficit's from your food or your cardio.
So if I put myself in a huge deficit from cardio, that's bad. If I put myself in a huge deficit from diet, that's bad. I don't look good. It doesn't work.
That's right.
I need to be in a deficit from a combination of both.
That's right. Okay, I agree with that.
Eating enough to train hard, and I think that's so. It's up to him. Is it just body fat that matters? Because if it's just body fat, then I would.
He says, "Well, let me finish the rest of the question." He says, "I have personally seen no difference on my body composition when cutting if I just create the same deficit via eating less." So he's saying he looks better, I think, from cardio.
Yeah, I think that is true until you start getting very, very, very lean.
Yeah.
Or even shredded.
I was just trying to imply the people that I see at the gym doing 2-a-day cardios.
Yeah.
But then they drink a fucking meal replacement shake right afterwards, and I'm like,
I agree.
You're not. Your diet has to be right. Is all my point was. Morrison Mass's thoughts on fast acting Slin around your workout. Me and you both kind of agree that you don't need it.
Again, it depends on the person. I think this is where it comes down to somatotypes, mesomorph, ectomorph, endomorph, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think those 3 things are basically a simplified way of explaining how people store nutrients.
Okay.
So someone like myself, I consider myself a mesomorph. So I store a lot of my nutrients as muscle and some of it as fat.
Yeah.
So I don't think I need insulin because I'm storing well.
Okay,
Somebody like Ben is more of an ectomorph where he just burns through his food. He doesn't really store much muscle or fat.
Yeah.
So when he uses insulin, it gives his body a way to make that food stick. And obviously, if you prioritize it with your training, you hopefully, and in his case, most of it stores as muscle.
Okay, can we
I
just
think
say?
it depends on the person to say, because there's so many people just get fat with insulin.
Can I just give a couple rules that I found with insulin, because I know people want to do it anyway. So I just want to give a couple rules that I think work.
Yeah.
I don't think insulin every day works.
No.
If you're taking, let's say you start with like 5 IUs of insulin a day, after like 2 weeks, the 5 IUs is not going to do anything anymore. And you're going to want to go to 7, and then you're going to go to 9, then you're going to go to 13, then you're going to go to 20. So if you're doing it every day, you're going to end up taking 30 IUs a fucking day, and you're probably going to get fat along the way, and you're not going to feel it anymore.
Yep. I just think you need to hire somebody that knows what they're doing.
Well, I'm just saying I shouldn't be, I'm not giving advice. I'm just saying for me, what worked was when I did do it, the only thing I found worked was I would pick a couple days a week on lagging body part days. That would work for me.
That's smart.
Because my body wouldn't get used to it, but I would be able to.
Here's a little general rule. If anyone asks my opinion about it, I say if you're going to use it, which is completely your decision, use it to match the diet you already have. Don't just think, insulin, that means I can have as many carbs as I want and match it.
Yeah. Beast Mode 365 says how to structure workouts, frequency of workouts, as well as lagging body parts, and do you use certain AAS as a pre-workout?
Say that again.
Okay, well, it's kind of like he's asking for a full-blown training program, but how to structure workouts and frequency of workouts with lagging body parts.
That's a very, very difficult question to answer quickly.
And then he says, do you use certain AAS as a pre-workout? And I would say no. I don't personally.
No, I don't.
Jason, 50 years alive, says, ever thought of incorporating blood occlusion training in your training programs with your injuries? I'm assuming he's talking to me. Yes, I have used BFR or blood occlusion training for years now. John taught me like probably 3 or 4 years ago. It's in a lot of my programs, actually.
I've never tried it. I know somebody, I think it might be that question where you mentioned my knee.
Dude, can I just interrupt you for 1 second? Try it for legs. It will.
No, I know. I was about to say knee's fine. It's not as bad as I can't train. I trained just fine today.
Yeah.
It's something I would want to try for legs because it does look pretty nasty.
No, like aside, people think it's just for injuries. I use it as an intensity technique. Like let's say I do legs, right? I'll do like my squats, front squats, leg press, whatever. Leg press it's a really good one to use on leg press.
Yeah.
Or leg extensions. You just your quads just blow right up. Like it's.
I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna try it next week.
Do it on leg press and do it with like moderate weight and do 20 or 30 reps per set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Create the perfect physique. For example, we already did this with other bodybuilders. Yorgos Begas says, is there a carb loading protocol you use when you're backstage ready for a show? I've heard people eating gummy bears and such.
Well, think about this. If you're on stage in 5 minutes and you eat a fucking gummy bear, is it really going to do anything in 5 minutes? No, I don't think it will. You'll be digesting it when you come off. So when you've come off stage and haven't won because your stomach is all blown out, you'll still be digesting that gummy bear. And even then it will be doing fuck all. Yeah. So I don't believe eating really anything apart from water backstage will do anything, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's one of the things John taught me. We would, for Vancouver, I remember this very, very clearly. We carb loaded so well on Saturday, I basically ate nothing. And the less I ate, the longer it took a long time to get on stage. And I'm like, John, are you sure, man? Like, we're going like long here, man. You sure I shouldn't eat something? Like, what's going on? And he's like, no, you look good. You look better every hour. And it did. It was true. By the time I got on stage, I was so dry from not eating that was kind of the key, is just kind of let your body soak up the nutrients.
Yeah. I mean, I don't eat much on show day anyway. And from Tampa, I know I should have probably kept my water in a bit longer.
You keep water in the day before and the day of?
Yeah, not a lot. It tapers down. But maybe when I cut it, I just look terrible.
Well, how many liters are you saying? Like a liter on Saturday or like 2 liters on Friday?
Somebody gives me like sort of on the show day, like 3 to 5 ounces per meal.
Okay. Okay.
But I probably should have taken it a bit higher than that and just left it where it was. Because a couple of days out, I looked fuller and harder.
Yeah.
Than on the day, because I flattened out a bit. And I think the only reason I flattened out mostly was because of water.
Yeah. I think I did like 250 mils on Saturday on both those shows, which is crazy because when I started bodybuilding, it was like the rule was you'd cut your water Friday at noon and never drink again.
I know. It's crazy how things have changed. Right.
Official Jay Burke says, in my Cedric voice, what's up, Foo? I don't know what that means.
What's up, Foo?
My question is, do you and Luke plan to or already actively invest in marketing bodybuilding in your own communities? And would you ever get an annual show started in your own community? I have a show that I promoted for 10 years now in my community, and I have another show in Toronto that I promoted for 7 years. We don't really make a ton of money on it. It's kind of just, it's nice to have my own. It's nice to have my own show.
Passion project.
Yeah, it was. You know what was sad about it though? It was more interesting in the beginning because we used to do some really crazy shit. You know those. You don't watch football, do you?
No.
Like American football.
No.
So in American football, sometimes the football players will run out of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Through like this hoop, and it'll fire smoke and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
I do.
We got that thing at my first show and put it on the side of the stage. So every time a bodybuilder came out, it would fire that smoke.
It just cost so much money.
It did, and it scared the fuck out of half the competitors. Like, didn't you know it was gonna? But it looked weird. I was trying to make it better. You know, I just wanted to do something better.
And it didn't work.
No, that one didn't. we never brought that back, but I don't know. It's fun to do. Y'all want to know? Matt Gerard.
This is one from Jason Doolittle.
Okay.
What do you hate most in the bodybuilding industry and or lifestyle?
What do I love or hate the most?
What do you hate the most in this industry or lifestyle?
The fucking parasites that get to have videos that don't mean fuck all, and they just rant and tell people advice that they pulled out of their fucking ass.
Yeah. Which
is primarily the reason why I started this podcast.
Yeah.
With you and the separate one that I do with other people, because I'm sick of fucking random jackasses having their own channel and telling everybody what the pros are doing.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why is it like some people are like, this is what the pros do? No one on the Olympia stage is doing less than this.
Did you get the video I sent you?
Fuck. Oh, was it the Captain America one?
Yeah. Don't say the video. So there's a guy on YouTube. I'm not going to name the name. But he creates these videos. You guys are probably going to know. And I'm sure he's a nice guy. But this is the part that blows my mind. He's creating videos, and they say, like, this is what the Rock cycle is, or this is what I think this guy did. This is what I think this guy's cycle is. And I'm like, how can you tell? How can you tell what that guy's doing? Like, Luke, you're a pro. Can you look at a physique and just be like, oh, I know what sauce he's taking.
Often I don't even know what fucking Ben does.
But this guys get like.
It is a thing.
But these videos get like 100,000 views.
Well, I know, like, but this is how to show how silly it is. So I used to live. So my ex, Carly, was an IFBB pro women's physique.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what the fuck she was doing.
Yeah.
She didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So how the fuck does this guy know what The Rock is doing?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
because The Rock probably just does whatever he wants and tells no one.
And look, I just want to say, I want to say this. I want to preface it with this. Okay, the guy's channel, and you guys can check it out. It's not a bad channel. The guy's channel is more plates, more dates, or some shit, which is kind of a cool name. But he actually seems very intelligent, and he has some really, really good videos on his channel. But those ones, I just don't understand. Like, this is what I think The Rock's taking, and this is what I think so-and-so is taking. And I'm like, why does it matter? Like, how can you figure it out is what my question is.
Yeah, exactly. This is why he doesn't know. It's just speculating, and it's just clickbait shit.
But I wonder why 100,000 people watch that. Like, they just believe him.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, why would, like, the thing even says, like, in his videos, I watched a couple, they even say, like, I don't really know for sure, but I think this is what he's doing. And I'm like, why am I watching this then?
So, can we not talk about the video you sent me?
Yeah, we can. I don't care. Go ahead.
He was just talking about the drugs that Chris Evans used for Captain America, the first one. And
Yeah,
I would assume nothing because he's fucking tiny still. And he's always been built really well.
well, he says that he's natural too. I think in the end,
Okay. And the guy here in the video, he's like, so half of Captain America, the first half, probably third of Captain America, he's really skinny, right? Because of CGI.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he's not sure if that's CGI or not. So as soon as I was like, "You're a fucking dick, mate. What are you talking about?"
He's not a dick. I don't want to shit talk him.
No. But for saying that, like, but then he did say, and then obviously he started going on that he is CGI. Yeah. At first, I was like, "Are you serious? You don't know that?"
Yeah.
But I think Chris Evans has always been very muscular, hasn't he? Because I remember when I saw him in Fantastic Four when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was like, "Fuck, he looks good."
Yeah. Well, that's what he ends up saying. He ends up saying that he's always looked pretty good and he's probably natural, blah blah, and that's fine. It's not about that. What it's about is, how do you, if you don't actually know, why is anybody watching this video? That's what I'm curious about. Why would, like, if somebody came up with a video and said, "I know Luke's stack."
Yeah, I've seen my stack on forums.
Yeah,
but it's not my stack. It's nothing to do with me.
It's just crazy. So that's my biggest pet peeve in the industry is that it's all the misinformation that's out there, but that people just gobble up because they don't want to take the time to find the real information.
Yeah.
What's your biggest pet peeve? Mine took a little while. Sorry.
I don't know. Maybe just the social media side of it. I think. Really? Yeah, in the bad side of it.
Well, you can't have the good without the bad.
And the fact that we have to give up so much of our personal life as well these days. Not so much our personal life, but we have to kind of document everything we do, which I like doing, but I have to force it. I'm not natural. I'm not very good at it.
I'm not fucking, there's days when I don't think, I think people go too far with it. There's days when I don't post any stories at all or anything.
I don't either. And I feel bad for that because I'm like, well, this is what I'm getting paid for.
I feel bad for it too, but I think fans understand that, some days you just need a break.
Yeah.
No, like, I don't think people are like, nobody's ever messaged me and said like, "Oh, how come you didn't post any stories today?" Like, I don't think people are, and to be honest with you, I mean, you don't really have to. Like, I look at someone like Cedric, right? The guy barely posts.
Yeah.
And he's still got 500,000 followers or something like that.
Yeah, but he's Cedric, isn't he? So
yeah, so he can get away with it.
Yeah, I think if you have the name there just anyway, you don't.
If you do one Cedric, like Cedric posts are really cool. So if you do one Cedric post, it's like as much as like 15 normal posts. All right, I got to read this one to you. What you do defines you, says, has Luke ever considered monetizing Luke Loves Anal and doing his own line of personalized butt plugs?
I've already commented on this. You've missed it.
Did you?
Read it. My comment is genius.
Luke Sandildo.
Luke Sandildo.
Well, not everybody's reading the comments, so let's carry on with the question.
No.
What? Let me finish the question. Has Luke ever considered doing his own personalized line of butt plugs, perhaps one featuring a picture of a tiny lawnmower that reads, "Preparing to be plowed"? Seems like
That's
a win.
Really good one. And yes, I would definitely consider doing that. That'd be fucking amazing.
A tiny lawnmower. People fucking won't leave you alone about the lawnmower, eh? And she responds, an unstoppable force of pleasure. Interesting.
Exactly.
Are you just responding to all these, or are we going to do these online?
Some of them I respond to because you can respond to them, and some of them really, because we're not going to respond to all of them. So some of them I do just via the old reply.
Okay. What motivated both of you? Seth Allens says, what motivated both of you to start going to the gym and training in the very beginning? Stop texting. Tell me what you thought.
I'm actually replying to the questions.
Stop replying to the questions. Let's just do this.
What got me into training?
That's what the question is. At the very, very beginning, what got you started?
It was mostly powerlifting, and I wanted to look good in clothes. So I wanted to look good in clothes, but I didn't really want to do bodybuilding so much. It's because I thought powerlifting was cooler.
Isn't it interesting that you want to look good in clothes, and now you look bad in clothes?
Yeah, it's weird. And I'm taking it way too far. I've just fucked it up.
You're like, this is where good was, and you're fucking way over the fuck over.
No, because it was just I wanted to be really thin, and I thought going to the gym and doing cardio and weights would make me look lean and trim. But I was always very muscular anyway, so when I just lost my weight, I just looked like the same, just muscular but leaner. Isn't
it crazy? That same thing happened to me. I wanted to lose weight, and then I lost the weight and I looked pretty good. Then I wanted to start lifting, and then I'm like, I think I'm going to compete, and then it just all fucking went from there.
Yeah, well, I think with bodybuilding, I just decided one day that I wanted to be a bodybuilder. I was like, that's it. That's what I want to do.
I went to a show. What happened for me was I was lifting for fun for about 6 months at like 19. And then a friend of mine went to a bodybuilding show, competed, and I went and watched. And I said to my friends who were there, I'm like, I could fucking do this. And they dared me to do it. And so I did. The next like a year later, I did my first show and won, and then it fucking just snowballed.
So you've won the bet.
Oh yeah, I far exceeded.
So they've got to the point. Yeah, we're like, Fouad, yeah, we get it, mate. All right, okay. You're still doing it,
and I'm still fucking trying to prove them wrong.
That's how stubborn you are.
Yeah. Jimmy Power 66 says, after many shows and years of doing this, do you still get stage fright or anxiety at a show?
No, not really.
I do.
I don't know if I look good. Oh, the Olympia, I shat myself because I'm not literally. But I think I was with Kukla and Dexter, and I looked out the curtain.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah. So there's like 5,000 people watching.
And it was like the whole like auditorium, like the seats up in the aisles. Or
yeah. That's not the part that, it's not the people that freak me out. It's that I know in the first 3 rows, they're like all the icons of bodybuilding sitting there.
I know.
In the first 3 rows, you got like your Sean Rays and your Dorian Yates and your fucking, and they're all watching you, and you're like, I hope they don't think I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah,
that's all I could think. The fans are, they're all pretty appreciative that you're there and whatever. They're going to judge you no matter what, but you want your peers, especially.
Yeah. That's a huge reason why I want to get back up there next year and fucking nail it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just because it's really, because you'll know this, because I don't think you were very happy with how you looked at the Olympia, right?
No.
And it just sucked every bit of joy out of the whole experience for me.
We were in different phases. When I got to the Olympia, it was like my second year of bodybuilding, and they were like, nobody knew who the fuck I was. I was just happy to be there.
Yeah.
It bummed me out because I wasn't at my best, but I didn't have any delusions of like, oh, I'm going to be in the top 5. Like I was still 235 pounds.
Yeah.
Like I was just happy to be there and like be on stage. And actually I was disappointed prejudging because I was like last call out, but by the time I got to finals, I had gained perspective.
Yeah.
And I was just happy that I was at the fucking Olympia. Like
I was just like the whole time I was there, I was like, oh, fuck this up so bad.
Yeah, but like I said, you're in a different stage in your career. You're in a stage in your career where people expected you to be top 6. You know what I mean? So
that's why, as you said, all the 3 people were like out the 3 rows when you walk out.
Yeah, and you can see them. They just go like this. They're like,
I didn't look down. I didn't look down. I saw a couple of people leaning over and whispering to their mate, and I was like, because when you know you're on, they start getting their cameras out.
Yeah.
I fucked it. So next year,
my only regret in bodybuilding, I actually, my career has been pretty great all the way along for myself. This is the way I feel anyway. But my only regret is that I didn't compete at all the Olympias I qualified for.
Yeah,
because sometimes people put on their resume like 5-time Olympia competitor. And it doesn't really matter where they placed. It's just kind of a thing to say, like, I was at the Olympia 5 fucking times. You know what I mean? Like, that means you're a pretty good bodybuilder. Yeah, so I feel like I should have went just so I could say, like, 4-time Olympia.
That I think that's the reason why I did it this year, because everyone was like, you can't not do it. And I was like, I had the same mindset, and I don't think if I ever qualify, I think I qualify.
You got to go.
Yeah, you told me the same.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, don't make the same mistake I made.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. How long have we been on for? About an hour or so?
7 hours, I think.
Oh, I do want to ask you though. Are you going to get the new iPod strings, the AirPod strings? Did you see that?
Yeah, we saw that. What the fuck? Like, how stupid? How ridiculous?
I told my wife it's like bottled water. People have water in the tap and they buy a bottle of water. Yeah. Apple did the same thing. They're like, oh, you don't need the strings.
But the thing is, they look fucking shit anyway. They're the worst. It's like, have you seen the song about Mary? Yeah. There's cum dripping out my ear. That's what it looks like. They just let all these men just walk around like, just cum dripping out their ear.
The AirPods, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but have you seen the string they have for them now?
Yeah, I know, which makes the whole thing more stupid. Just use the original ones. Just use normal.
Apple's genius, man. They cost like $70, I think, or something like that for the string.
Actually, I've got the same headphones you have. You told me to get them, the Bose ones.
Those are great, man.
They're sick, aren't they?
Dude, I've had the Bose. For those of you who don't know, the Bose Sport. I think it's called Bose Sport.
I think it's the Bose Sport SoundLink, isn't it?
I don't know, something like that. Bose Sport, wireless, SoundLink, whatever. They're fucking awesome. I've had them for like...
so they have a little battery. So the actual case is the battery pack.
Yeah.
You pop them in each year, and they're really good.
The sound is good. They're pretty sweat resistant. Like, it's good.
They're very loud as well.
Yeah, but no, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I'm like, okay, these motherfuckers had wired headphones, and they took the wire off, and now they sell you the wire separately.
It's amazing.
And people are like, cool.
I don't know how they do it. Because I'm that guy that buys the Apple stuff. I'm not buying that shit because I'm too wise now.
No.
Too wise. I'm not looking for that shit anymore, Steve Jobs. Rest in peace.
All right. You know what? I think we got through a good amount of these questions this week, so we're good. Why don't you ask James if he wants to come on next week?
No, I will. He can come on and sit next to me.
Yeah. Let's do it together. Right.
I'll do it.
Do that. Okay, man. I'm going to grab a meal and get to the gym.
So am I, but I've already trained, so I'm just going to grab a meal.
And sit on your ass?
Yeah.
And smoke your CBD?
Yeah. No, I'll probably have some real stuff soon. Probably
you know what I decided?
Sorry, just talking about the real deal. Have you watched Chris Cormier's documentary yet? Because I haven't watched it.
I was going to bring that up to you, actually.
Because it's not on Amazon in this country yet.
Chris Cormier is one of my favorite bodybuilders and actually wanted to emulate his physique coming up. I have done a poor job of emulating his physique.
Yeah.
But it was... But actually, I haven't. I'll tell you, let me explain. So when I first started bodybuilding, the thing I liked about Chris's physique the most, he was the only bodybuilder that was exactly symmetrical in every body part.
Yeah.
When you look at Chris Cormier, there's not one body part that's like...
I liked him. I always liked him because of the way he trained. He was like another kind of super heavy, dedicated, brutal trainer.
But I just liked that really complete physique that had no weak points. Nothing was like, you know what I mean? It was just very, very well put together.
We should have some homework this week where we should watch the documentary and talk about it next week.
Yeah. I think I might have him on. We should have him on.
Yeah. He told me off in my hack squat video the other day. I told you, didn't I?
Oh, you told me.
He was like, what the fuck? Because he spoke to me for a good hour after the Olympia.
But isn't that crazy, though? Because he was known as the heavy guy.
Yeah. And he was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like, I think I remember watching him do a video of like 200-pound dumbbells or 100 or something like that.
And it's like, okay, let's just talk about training, for example. I don't try and lift the weights that I lift.
I know.
I don't think I'm going to try and get as strong as possible. So, like, if you guys are out there, if you're shooting for 6 to 10 reps on a certain weight, so am I. I just happen to be stronger. So does James. That's just the weight that we need to get that rep range. All of our form is perfect. We're never sloppy.
Yep.
It's just the way it is.
Listen, I get it every time I get injured. Every time I get injured, somebody says to me, "We shouldn't train that heavy, bro." And I'm like, "Look, like when I tore my lat, right? I tore my teres minor or major. I was doing T-bar rows.
Yeah,
I did 6 plates. Like I used to when I was younger. I regularly would do like 8 plates, like every week.
Yeah.
So I was doing 6 plates. I did 10 reps, and it was light. Like it was like a no problem 10 reps.
Yeah.
So I put the 7th plate on. And on the very first rep, it snapped. And people were like, "You shouldn't have gone that heavy." And I'm like, the fucking 6 plates felt like
I train that way. Like, so my Instagram, people think that's the only way I train.
No, I know.
They're just the clips I post. The rest of the session is boring. It's just boring. Bodybuilding is just boring.
Yeah.
I don't I train like every day, every week, and I always have.
Yeah.
And it's not unnecessarily to me.
Yeah.
To stop myself hack squatting 11 plates aside this week, James and I had to do hack squats dead last.
What about
everything else?
What about have you considered? Because one of the things I did, because I started to get more injuries, I was like, okay, maybe I need to think about this differently. So one of the things I did was just do more reps.
I do. Like so yesterday.
What I'm saying is, instead of doing 12 plate hack squats, fucking ridiculous. I don't know what hack squat machine that is, but I've never even come close to what machine is it?
Arsenal strength one.
That's got to be really easy or something. I don't know the fucking.
I can do the same on the Icarian one.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I think the
Flex one.
I think the Icarian one is the easiest one.
Yeah, it is. But the Flex one, I can do the same one.
The Cybex one is a bitch.
Yeah, but that doesn't have that. The horns on that are smaller because that's really steep, isn't it?
I
can do 8 on there.
Dorian's gym at Pure Muscle Fitness. They have the old Cybex one.
Yeah, I do
Fucking.
like
I'm talking like 4 plates, and like this is fucking heavy. No, but yeah, why don't you do, instead of doing 12 plates? Why don't you do like 8
because
plates?
you have to remember, like, because no, I get that, but when I do 6, like I say 8, I normally shoot between 6 and 8.
I know, but if you did more volume,
because I do that on my back offset that I don't film, and I do that on every other exercise. That I don't.
Okay.
I only do one heavy lift a session.
So your second. The way I understand your training is the second last set is your heaviest set, and then you finish the set.
And also another thing people don't understand is all those heavy sets I post, I've already pre-exhausted before I've got to that.
Why don't you post a little bit more of your training so people fucking understand?
I do. I put it on my stories. Go on Redcon One's channel. You'll see fucking loads of it.
Oh,
like
okay.
So yesterday with our chest session, we did an all-out fucking bananas go to fucking failure 12 times on the pec fly first.
Yeah.
Then we went into an incline barbell press.
That fucking incline barbell press was after your.
Yes, this is why people don't get it. I'm not just going in fresh and doing that. Like when I do that with 5 or 6 plate barbell rows, I've already done a pullover and a pull down by the time I get to that row.
That's not as abnormal. But I feel like doing 5.
No, but that's my point. Is I've already warmed up everything thoroughly. I have thought about it. I'm not just going to I'm going to do the strongest thing.
Of course, yeah.
Like my 8 plate side deadlift for reps. That was the last exercise of that back session.
But I guess what my point was is my personal belief about quads is that you get the best growth out of them with more volume and heavyweight.
No, I know. But
So you're saying
that 11 plate hack, I wanted to get 8 to 10.
What's after that?
The second set I would have dropped it down and gone for like 15 to 20.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're doing both.
And with legs, and then or I would have done a drop set, or and it's the same with leg extensions. We do a heavy set, a back off set, then an all out bananas high volume.
How the fuck are you? It's very strange. It's like I understand one genetic anomaly, like you being that strong. How the fuck is you and James are both animals?
That's how we train.
But is it training style? Like if I stop, maybe not at this point now, but like let's say when I was 30, like if I pulled back on all my training, you think I would have got that strong?
Maybe. James is fucking strong though.
Oh, yeah, I know. He posted that video yesterday. It's like flashback of his squat.
It's fucking stupid.
Which I thought was awesome because he's wearing like a belt above his stomach and a belt below his stomach.
He's just his belly out the middle.
But how many plates was that? It was like 10 fucking plates.
I think it was 8.
That's a Ronnie Coleman squat.
I know. It's insane.
Yeah.
But no, the thing is as well, we're really, really good with our form as well. Like we don't do anything sloppy.
No, I do know that. Yeah.
So when people say you don't need to go that heavy, it's only for one set. And it's not that difficult for me. I'm not just tugging shit or pushing.
Yeah.
Doing reps.
I think the thing that people don't understand is it's all relative.
Yeah, exactly.
When you say, "Oh, I'm really strong," it's relative to whoever the fuck is around you or whoever the fuck your competition is or whatever. Like
another thing is as well, the reason I keep my form that good and do slightly lower reps when it's really heavy is because of the amount of tension and time under tension and because of how controlled I'm trying to do those reps.
Yeah.
Trying to put all of that on my lats. So for me, if I do a lighter weight with the same reps, but for more reps, it wouldn't feel the same. It would not feel the same at all.
No, I agree with you. I know me and Paul talk about this all the time, my training partner. We're always talking about, for legs, there was a period of time where I was going in and trying to train a little bit lighter, but get more burn. So I would go slower with the weight or whatever, do more reps and whatever. It's not the same.
Yeah.
Going in and squatting like 4 plates for 15 I feel that more than squatting 3 plates for 20 or 25. It's not exactly. Like putting the load on the muscle. I know people say it doesn't matter, but it fucking matters.
Well, that's really weird with me is even when the weight's light, I struggle with high reps. It's just like my muscle doesn't do that. It's not built for that.
Yeah.
I'm just fighting. Like I have tried it a lot.
What do you mean it doesn't do it? Like you don't feel the same? You don't feel the burn?
I could do like 1 plate aside for 20 reps.
Yeah.
I could do 3 plates aside for 20 reps. They both feel horrible. Like I can't get any higher than 20 reps.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
The lactic acid buildup.
Yeah, I just stop like that.
Yeah.
And I've tried it because everyone keeps telling me it works a lot for legs. And I do try it. And every now and then I will throw up a really high rep set. Yeah. It doesn't feel the same on me. It doesn't.
That's what you can.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
like
you condition your body.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I condition set way a certain way.
Well, that goes back to our other debate about how if you grow a certain way, can you just change your training halfway through your career?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't believe you can. I don't.
The thing is, well, I've always done almost everything. So I train extremely heavy, and I do a lot of volume, and
I know, but primarily your growth has come from heavy lifting.
Probably, yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, like, 5 years from now, if you decide, oh, I'm getting a little old for this, I'm going to start training with machines and high weight, I don't think your body will look the same.
Probably not.
I just feel like the way you grow your body is the way you're going to have to, like,
yeah. But I think this is my last kind of, my off season ends in 3 weeks. This is my last go at an off season where I'm actually I'm trying to push my weight up.
Is it really?
I start my prep in January.
How many weeks are you doing? 20?
16.
It's 16 to May 2nd?
I think so. Unless I'm worked out totally wrong.
What the fuck?
January. It'll be January, February, March, April, yeah.
Do you think it's possible for me to be 100% without having an off season?
I don't know. Some people do it.
Huh. That's going to be a new trial for me.
Yeah.
I've never done that before. I've always gone like as big as possible and then gone into a show.
That's what I'm trying to do this time, because I thought maybe I made a lot of progress this year during a contest phase the whole year. So I thought I'll give one last kind of off season where I really try and push things.
What's your weight at right now?
Just over 300.
Fuck.
So
it's good.
Yeah. Well, I weighed myself the other night and I was 311 at night, and I was like, this is horrible. I just wanted to see how heavy I was before bed, just to see that number on the scale. I
know. But how do you feel? That's what matters.
I feel fine. I feel fine. I just feel when I'm walking around, I feel heavy.
So you're not like people when I tell people I'm 280, they're like, "Oh man, you must be uncomfortable," and I'm like, 280 feels light for me. Like it's.
I feel it's like, so put it this way, when it comes to unpacking boxes.
Yeah.
After doing it for 10 minutes, I'm like, fuck, my whole body just feels tired. Like,
so you're not dying, but you're not exactly comfortable. You're like in between.
Yeah, I'm mildly uncomfortable at times.
Yeah. Well, I think you're going to do good, man. We're looking forward to it. I'm going to try and catch up somehow along the way, but We'll see. Next week, let's get James on board with us, and we'll have maybe I can get a fourth person. We'll have a round table of some sort.
Seth.
I have to ask Seth now.
Imagine you, me, Seth, and James. That'd be like the fucking sickest podcast.
Me and Seth talked about doing an eating challenge. I'm waiting for him to get on board with it. So, but I'll try. I have to ask him now because he's so fucking busy all the time.
Yeah, he is.
I'll try and line him up. I think he said Tuesdays and Thursdays he was free though, so I'm going to try and get him next week.
We'll just do it on a Tuesday or Thursday then.
Yeah. Okay, let's try and line it up for next week.
Sweet.
All right, brother.
I'm going to go eat.
Okay, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Good night, man.